Welcome in, you fire-spitting entrepreneurs. In this video, we're going to be discussing how to get started with Shopify dropshipping. So stick around, I got lots of value bombs for you, and let's get started.
My name's Johnny.
All right, everyone, let's jump in and get started. Now, if you do receive any value bombs from this video, please click the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on. That way, when you see a new video that says Ryan Melnick made $45,000 in a day, how do you do it? You're gonna be able to see all the tips, tricks, and secrets that I have to share with you for your business. So let's jump into step one, which is just simply making our Shopify account. I'm gonna take you through exactly how we do that all through all these steps straight from my computer. So let's jump in right now to my computer and we're gonna get started. So here we are at the front of the Shopify main website. What I do want to let you know right off the bat here is I did provide a link below. You can click on that. It's going to give you a free 14-day trial. However, just to let you know right up front, if you do click on that and you do sign up for a trial, I will end up getting credit for that. If you don't want to use that, absolutely no problem at all. You can simply go to shopify.com and you'll get a similar page as this right here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to get started. So let's click through the get started. I'm actually going to enter in an email that I have not used, oops, spelled that wrong, that I've not used for a Shopify store yet. And what I'm going to do is actually put in a password as well. And then when it comes to the store name, a lot of people will tell you, oh, your store name needs to be perfect. When it comes to this part of the process, just put one in. You can always change it. It's really not that big of a deal. So do not think too hard about it. You don't want to spend 2 or 3 weeks trying to come up with this name. However, I have done a little bit of research beforehand, so I know what domains are available. So you do want to always be looking for that, and I'll share a little bit more about that later on. But we're going to be using the name Bargain Feels, and there's reasons for that, and I will share with that, share the reasons for that as well. So let's go and create the store actually. So this is a really easy, simple way for free actually, because you have a 14-day trial, to create an online presence, online real estate for absolutely free to get started here. So it's pretty cool. So here we are. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you already selling? So this part is not super important. However, I have found over time that if you're doing this business model with Shopify dropshipping and you're shipping from China, you do want to look at these a little bit harder than what I've taught in the past, because you do not want to have issues with payment processors. So it is important to just look around and see what you have here. So as for this isn't really that important. You could say really any of these things, I'm going to say I'm just playing around. Is your current revenue, let's say 0, because that's not really, no, we're not signing up for a client. That's not really that. Wait, did I actually click that? No. Okay. So I'm actually going to enter in some information here that I do not want you guys to be peeking in on. So what I'm going to do is fast forward to the part in this video where we can actually enter my store here at the bottom. So 1 second. Okay, so now that we're here at the front of our Shopify dashboard, we're not going to get too in depth here, but I just want to kind of go over some specific things here. So let's start with going through orders. Now you see this, we have orders, products, customers, analytics, discounts, apps, online store. On the right, your sales will come through here on a daily basis. You'll see how many visitors are on your store currently live, right? All these things you can definitely get to go out of the way, but they're really not that important. So let's start with orders. Okay, we can actually click on our orders here. You'll be able to see your orders come through here, their names, what they ordered. It's pretty simple. You can see, we can go to abandoned checkouts here. We'll actually be able to see who added something to cart and was about to purchase but didn't actually purchase, but we'll go through that in detail. So there's a lot of things to look through here. Products, we'll definitely be adding products at a later time, and that's what we'll be going through in this video as well, and I'll show you where that shows up on our store. Now we can go through customers, analytics. Analytics is definitely something that I think is not looked at as much, which is definitely important to look at. It's going to show you all of your data when it comes to your Shopify store, what's working, what's not, where these people are coming from, what your returning customer rate is, average order value, all that stuff. Definitely something to look at. But let's not get too in depth right now. What we're going to be doing in a second here, we actually click online store. We're actually going to be looking into themes and getting into actually customizing our theme, why themes are important, what themes we should choose and how to go about using themes. However, just to keep this in mind, we are going to be hanging out here after we customize our theme in our online store. We're actually going to be hanging out here for the most part with our Shopify store later on after we have hung out building our custom theme in the beginning. Obviously always tweaking that, but later on when you're running ads and actually making money on your store, you're going to be hanging out in this section here. So let's jump into theme customization. Okay, so now that we've gone through the back end and the settings of our Shopify store, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into step 2, which is theme customization. Now, themes are very, very simple. There's 2 different types of themes. There's free themes and paid themes. Now, what is a theme? Now, essentially, if you just think back to the days when you had to hire a programmer to make your site look really nice, not anymore. Shopify's made it very, very simple. All you have to do, download a theme. When you download a theme, you go into customizing it. That's what I'm gonna be showing you on my computer right now. So we're actually gonna go through a free theme. You know, some people say you need a paid theme to make your store look good. That's not necessarily true. I've built 6- and 7-figure brands from free themes before. I know many people who have done that as well. It absolutely works. The best thing to do is start with free, and then you can always upgrade after the fact, change your theme to a paid theme if you think that looks better. So let's jump in right now to my computer and get started on step 2, customizing a theme. Now we've gone through the dashboard a little bit and the settings, we're gonna be jumping into themes, right? So I spoke a little bit on free and paid themes. The way we get there is we go to online store themes, and what we're actually gonna do is we're gonna look into getting a free theme. Now you can see some themes down here. Don't worry about that right now. What we're going to start with is actually going into the themes store, and you can explore free themes there, but the best way to do it, in my opinion, is going into the theme store so we can actually see the themes live. So you can look at some of these themes and what they look like. You can see the ones that are free and the ones that are paid. This is just kind of the front sales page. If you wanted to go deeper, you can go into the explore themes, actual page here. But what I like to use for, Shopify general stores, which a lot of people do at the beginning here to learn with your Shopify store, is use minimal is good. There's one called simple. I don't know if it's on here anymore. Boundless is okay. Venture is pretty good. I think Venture is on here as well for free. One we're going to use is supply, actually. And you can actually, if you click the view demo here, you can actually see what this store looks like live if we were to have a store like this with these colors and everything. And the most important part is to look at is the product pages. That's where most of our website visitors are going to be going, so that's important to look at as well. But that's something you can look at on your own time. So add your theme, right? So we click add theme. And what that's doing is actually adding that to our online themes. Now you saw on the bottom there, this one's called supply. That one at the bottom there was actually, it was already there, so now it's there 3 times because I think I downloaded it once before as well. So what we're doing is we're waiting for that theme to actually load up, and I'll wait for that. So keep in mind, our store's not live right now. We have a password enabled, so nobody can see our store at all. But once we're done customizing our theme, it will save there, but then we'll have to actually make it go live. So the theme on our live store right now is debut. And so if it make you feel better, you can click actions here and actually click publish and put it on the live store. But I'm just going to go into customize. It's going to be the same thing up here. I'll just say supply, and then you'll click customize there. But let's go into customize and look over the theme real quick. And so we're going to go into editing this stuff in a second, but I just kind of want to show you the layout. So theme settings is going to be essentially, if you know anything about program, it's going to be somewhat of the CSS, which is essentially the customized part of picking the colors of the entirety of the store, picking the typography, which is in the text and how it looks, and some of the other back-end things, which is more of the design, right? So you have the design, and then you have the content. And this is more of the HTML side of things, which is, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, no problem at all. This is more of the actual content we're putting in, and this is more of the design side. So you can do one at a time. That would be my recommendation, is do one at a time. And we can actually go into these things, and we can edit the header, which is this up here, and enter in menus, our logo, which will replace the actual text there. We'll go into all this stuff in a second. The most important things to know are menus are something we're going to go over, and we can actually input menus there and integrate that into our Shopify dashboard, but we will go over that specifically in a second. So you can obviously, if you're an expert programmer, you can go in here and actually edit the code, but you're probably not on this video if you are. So when we go into like theme colors, you can change the colors of different things, right? And so we can go look at the actual cart. The favicon, we can upload a favicon, which is basically up in your your URL up the top there. It's going to be the little thing that is the little Shopify logo right now, but it would be, you know, your website logo if you want to change to that. So we're going to go into actually customizing this right now in the next step. So that's it for this, guys. But let's go into that next step. Okay, so now that we know what a theme is and we've chosen one for our store, we're going to go into the actual front end customization of our theme in order to make the most money possible. Let's jump into step 3, which is customizing our theme. Okay, so now that we have actually picked a theme and installed it on our store, what we're going to do is go into customizing. Now, this might not be what you think. I'm going to show you a little bit of what we're going to do here. So this is just the simplicity. Now, I want to throw this out there, guys. This is not the highest converting Shopify store. That's not what this video is about. This video is about simply making the Shopify store and the steps to take to get started. You can absolutely go in, change your colors, change your text, and get things, do things to optimize your store completely so you can make the most sales physically possible. This is just a to-do video for the sake of time. I'm not going to be going into, you know, changing colors and doing all that stuff. It's very simple to do. It's very easy to navigate. This is just for the beginners to actually get started and learn how to start their own Shopify store. So what I did was actually open a new tab with navigation. That's what we're going to jump into right now because this is very relevant to what we're going to be doing here. The next thing I'm going to do, and we're using supply, remember, what we're going to do is actually click customize here. And so the first thing that we're going to actually jump into here is not the, you know, the actual customization of this stuff. That is absolutely important, but it's not something that we're going to jump into too hard there. What we're going to start with is actually making sure all this stuff works well. So what we want is on the top here, let's just start with something like home, catalog, and the About Us page at the top. Now we always want something like that at the top. You can do a home, catalog can be like products, like all of our products, or like you can even do home, all products, whatever you want to do. So home catalog or home products, About Us, and then like a track your order. That's usually what we do, something like that. And then along the bottom here, you're going to want, you know, those, the privacy policy, the terms of service, the shipping and delivery or shipping and returns, and then your refund policy, stuff like that. You don't want, the top page, you don't want home, products, track your order, refund policy, terms of service. You don't want that stuff at the top, and there's a reason for that. It's unattractive, and a lot of times it's just going to drive customers away. So let's get started with editing this right here. I'm not actually going to edit the logo, but all you would do is just select an image, and you can actually get a logo made on Fiverr, $5-6, guys. Really good work. Find somebody with high ratings, $5-6, get a logo made, upload an image here. It's that simple. It'll go in there, make sure it's transparent, and it'll look really good. We're not going to do that for the sake of time right now. What we're actually going to do is go in and edit our menu. So all I did was click edit menu, and you're going to see this is obviously a very similar page to navigation that we have over here. So what we're going to do, just for the ease of showing you what this is you actually click on home. That shows that that's our first menu item, right? Because when we click here, home, catalog, and this is live, by the way, desktop, and obviously also, just to sidetrack here for a second, if you wanted to see what it looks like on mobile, this is what it looks like. And you click down here, it just automatically bootstraps it with Shopify. It shows you the menu here instead of just on the front, because that wouldn't necessarily look as good. But we're going to be going over the kind of the desktop part of it. So the next page, what we're actually going to do before we get into this is before we get into the actual menus, we know that we want home, catalog, let's say About Us, right? That's the third one we want. What we're actually going to do is, stay with me here, is that we're actually going to go in here on either page here, whether it's this page or it's this one here, and we're gonna open a new tab with pages, and we're actually gonna add a page here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna call this the About Us page. This is just letting our customer knows like who we are, right? So bargain feels, I'm not gonna get too in detail here. You want to obviously spend more time with this. Is the place to go on the internet for the best deals, right? So we're just going to do something simple there. Obviously, you want to go into more detail on what that is, you know, in yours. So what we're actually going to do is copy that link there. That's important. Copy the link, okay? And that's the About Us page right there. So copy that link. I'm going to show you two different ways we can actually do this. So we have the About Us page. It's actually a page on our website right now. So how do we add that to this right here? Well, all we simply do is either come here, which is very simple. This is the main menu, which is what this is right here, right? All we simply do is we say add menu item. We'd say about us, and you can see before I typed that in, the track your order thing came up. See that? I start to type. Where was it? Track your order. It's because it's the common one I use on Shopify. It's definitely important. And so what you can actually do here is you can either paste the link, which is why I did that. Whoops. You can actually paste the link, which will take people to that page specifically. Or I'll show you the other way, since we can do that, is you can actually click pages and the About Us page is right there. Awesome. Let's add it. So now that's on our live Shopify store. Now, obviously, save it. That's very important. When we come over to our live store, we're going to click refresh. We didn't even have to. The About Us page is there. Awesome. Bargain Field is the best place to go on the internet for best deals. Awesome. There we are. Okay, cool. Looks good. Home, catalog, About Us. I'm actually going to, some reason it just bothers me, I'm going to change this to products because I just like it better. And you can see, it depends on the type of the store, but for general stores, a lot of times you want to do products. Its link is to all products. If you wanted to link it to a specific collection or specific products, you could do that. We're just going to do all products for now. Doesn't matter what the link name is, if it's all products, catalog, whatever, but I just like products better, generally speaking. So now we've got loads, home, products, About Us. So very cool. We got that there. Awesome. So what we're actually going to do is go into the actual footer here. Now, this is a little bit different because we want to generate our privacy policy, our terms of service, and our refund policy. Now, shipping and delivery is something you want to do as well, probably in the footer, maybe up here, but I would probably be more in tune to put it down there just because it's not, I don't know, it's not something I'd really like to flash in front of people. And so what we're actually going to do is we are going to come over to our settings, and we are going to go into our checkout. And this is where we're actually going to generate these things. Now, obviously, you want to fix them so that they make sense, but you can simply generate it. You can look through it and change it. Now, obviously, it has my address in here. And so you want to be careful of that. If you don't want people knowing your address is, maybe you can change that. Generate all these stuff to make it very simple. Obviously, go back and change these. Read through them. It's definitely important to do that. Now, what we're going to do actually is we're going to copy this refund policy. Once again, just showing you that there's many ways to do it. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're coming back over to here, which is navigation. Okay. So I don't know if I lost you here, but we're coming back. We're just on this page here, right? We're on this main customize your theme page. We're going to click footer. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to select a menu, and we're going to select the footer menu. Save that. And what we're actually going to do is we're going to come over. We have right here the checkout. This is the checkout. Remember, all we did, I don't want to lose you guys. So all we did was we had this page, okay, so let me take you back to the beginning. So we have this page, which is the customize your theme, and I clicked footer. Okay. Because I think I lost you there. I don't want to lose you. Click footer. That's where we are here. This page, all we did was we clicked settings and we clicked checkout. Okay. And we're here down at the bottom. Refund policy is where we're going to start. Copy refund policy. And what we're actually going to do is back here, we're linked to pages. So all we did was come down to online store. You click that. This menu drops down and we're in pages again, right? We're going to do the same thing we just did. Refund policy. And we're actually going to paste that over. And obviously, like I mentioned before, you can copy this page. But what we're going to do is we're not going to do that. We're just going to save it. And we know that this is going to save as the page called refund policy. And then we're actually going to add the page called terms of service. Oh, spelled that wrong. Terms of service. We're going to come back over to our checkout. I went out of order, but that's okay. We're going to copy that. Okay, we're going to copy that in here. So we have terms of service. We're going to save that. Make sure you're saving. Absolutely. So now you can see that here. Terms of service. And then we're going to do one more, which is our privacy policy. and we go privacy policy, right? And we simply paste that here. Now, obviously, like I mentioned, you can absolutely load or take that link and load that in as well, but we're doing it the simple way. We're going to come back over to navigation. Now, navigation here, it just simply is going to preload this into our footer menu, right? Because that's what we're selecting right now. So we're on the footer menu. So we just click, you right click navigation, put that in a new tab here, and we're adding a menu item. And what we're going to do is we're going to call this, let's start with the privacy policy. Whoops, privacy policy. And we can click the link. Obviously, we can put the link in, but we already have that here. So let's just add it, right? And then we're going to add another menu item. Let's do terms. Geez, what's up with my spelling? Of service, pages, terms of service, add. I'm going to add another one, and the last one is going to be refund policy. Boom, got that spelling right. That's what I'm talking about. And it was refund policy. Yeah, refund policy. Okay. So now we've got those three things there. Beautiful. We're going to reload this page. Did I save? No, even I don't save sometimes. All right, so we've got those pages loaded. We've saved menu. So now we have a menu for our footer menu. Hard time with my words and typing today. And so what we're actually going to do is, you can see that's not preloaded there. So what we want to do is click. So what we did was footer menu, edit menu, and that's already edited there. So we want to make sure, pick a link list to show here on your theme settings under footer-quick links list. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to select the menu here. Boom. Quick links, search, privacy policy, terms and service, and refund policy. So, you can, so you can see all I did, guys, all I did was I did a footer menu. I went and edited it in my navigation and everything, right? I added the pages. I generated all that in checkout. I copied those, made pages, pasted in the pages, saved them, added them to the menu, which is the footer menu, right? And absolutely pause this video if I'm going too fast. I'm just doing it for the sake of time in this video. And then I clicked quick links and I put footer menu. That's it. That's very simple, guys. And, get in touch. This is just to show you a little bit of the editing. You can put need our help, and it edits right there. So you can say reach out to us if you need anything at all, right? Boom, loaded, right? And you want to make sure you save this. And so all that stuff is here. The newsletter, everything looks good. So as for the back end actual what's the word? Operation of this, it looks good. Obviously, we need products, we need a logo and stuff like that. But as for this video, we're going to go into the products, talking about that with Oberlo next. So that's it, guys, for actually updating the theme on the back end here. But let's go into the next section, which is actually using Oberlo and updating our products. Okay, so now that we've customized the front end of our store, we're going to be jumping into step 4. Now, step 4 is actually utilizing Oberlo, a plugin and app for our store to actually automate our business a lot further. So let's jump into actually downloading the extension from Oberlo and utilizing it into our store. Let's jump back into the computer for step 4, which is the Oberlo plugin. We've done some of the front and the back end of our theme and our store with our customizing our theme and everything. What we're going to do is actually jump into downloading our Oberlo plugin and Oberlo app. Now, Shopify makes this very simple. Now, it's already right there, but I'm going to show you, in case you want to download another app to your store, how easy it really is. So there's an app store, just like an iPhone or an Android, right? They have an app store. That's why I love Shopify so much. You click apps and you go visit Shopify App Store. Right? And so we're looking for, and once again, there it is right there. Shopify actually owns Oberlo, so they definitely promote it quite a bit. But if you click Oberlo there, you can see what exactly it does, but we're not even gonna waste the time on that. So we're gonna click Get. And actually Oberlo, the great thing about Oberlo is it's actually free for the first 50 orders. I actually got to do some research to make sure that's correct. That's what it used to be. I know it's free. They have a free trial, but it used to be 50 orders. I think that's how it still is. And it actually takes you through the entire process, how to import products, determine your prices, customize all this stuff. So it's really fairly simple, and you could probably figure it out on your own. However, I'm going to take you through on this video how you can do that so that you don't have to leave and go watch those videos if you don't want. So this is going to search for products. This is connected to AliExpress a lot of times, but this is something they've started recently, which is called Oberlo Supply. You can upload them directly to your Shopify store, and we'll do some of these, and then I'll also go into AliExpress and integrate those as well, just to see how that works. Now, something we want to do right now that we haven't done yet is we're actually going to type in Google Chrome extensions. And this is why Google Chrome, you definitely want to be using Google Chrome because there's a lot of different apps that we can use to really help us with our Shopify store, and a lot of different just tools for everything. I promise it'll be huge if you're using Chrome, absolutely. So I actually, in incognito mode, I cannot download the extension. Interesting. Okay, so what you're going to do is actually download that extension to Chrome, to your little extensions. It'll be up right above where my mouse is right here in the top right corner, and that's going to help us add things to our store a little bit easier from AliExpress. So that's what you're going to do there. What I'm going to do is show you that potentially in a different scene. But right now, let's just go into adding products straight from Oberlo Supply here. So obviously we're a general store. It's called Bargain Fields. So we're going to be doing bargainfields.com. Let's just add some products. Let's just get something really simple. Now obviously we can sell anything. So we can literally sell anything we want. So this was cool. This is a diffuser. This looks like something I might be able to sell on Facebook. What you can do is, use a video. Heck, you could use this picture and crop out the manufacturer name there, whatever. Let's add it to the import list. So we can edit on the import list, but what we're going to do is just add it, and we are going to go back. Let's see. We'll just go to search products. Go back again. Now this is a general store, so it's going to look like there's a bunch of random products in the store, but that's not really the case because we're running each of our customers that like, specifically, diffusers, like for that product, or specifically watches to that specific page. And we're not, we can always subcategorize in our actual collections. So I'll add this to the import list as well, just for time's sake. And let's also do, okay, well, I don't want to do this shoulder bag. It's kind of weird, actually. Let's do this backpack. There we go. We'll add that to import list as well. So, okay, we can see here, import list. All we'll do is click that, cancel that out. So what we're going to do here is, we can always, at the end of the day, the rule is basically you can edit whatever you want in here, but end all be all is going to be Shopify, because when you edit something in here, it'll carry over, but it may not carry over as well as if you were to just, add this from here and then edit in Shopify. Now, I would always suggest not taking images out here. Like they have two images here, connected. The problem with this is if you upload these two images through, you upload, sorry, I don't want to confuse you guys. If you upload this product, like say we just clicked import to store, you always want to check this stuff because right now we would have this image and this image. Well, those are two very similar images, right? I'm not sure what that one is, but we want these other images as well, obviously. And so we're actually just going to pick all of them. We can always take, this one's a duplicate, so maybe not that one. We can always take them out after the fact. We got the variants, blue. Let's say we'll charge $19.99. You want to leave room for margin, so we'd probably charge something like $24.99, but we do know we're going to get shipping, $3.99, $4.99, which means we're making about $15 after shipping cost because, we just count the cost of the product with shipping all involved. That's at a later time for sure. So we'll call this usually $39.99, and the description, and obviously we want to edit this later on, but for time's sake, let's just leave it, and we'll change the name to Blue trendy backpack. Once again, definitely want to edit that later on. What we're going to do with this, we're just going to put in the home page. We'll do the collection in a little bit and actually change that up. Black, let's go with jet black steel watch. And we'll add this to the homepage collection as well. And we are going to actually look over. We're going to keep that description just for time's sake. And oh, gotcha. This is something to check, definitely. We're going to call it the jet steel watch, because obviously we have different colors here. We have black, we have blue, we have rose gold. So we'll just call this gold, just for gender neutral. And we'll move these up to $29.99. Let's just do this. Change all prices. You can actually set a new value and do, oh, I want to change them all to $29.99. That way they're all $29.99. We'll set a new value. Say they're all usually $49.99. And this is the awesome part about dropshipping, is you can really pick. Now, you don't want to be ridiculous and say $59.99. It's all about perceived value. So if you think this could sell $59.99 and your customers will be happy with a product that you're shipping that costs $16 to produce, that's fine. It's all about perceived value. But I would say it's pretty unlikely you're going to be able to put $59.99 here and then say, oh, but it's normally $139.99. With watches, it's a little different, but it's all about perceived value, guys. So you definitely want to keep that in mind as well. So let's call this the eggshell diffuser, right? I don't know. Did I spell that wrong? I did. Man, I swear I went to school and it just lost it all. We'll just call it, the eggshell diffuser. I'll put that in the home collection as well. Leave the description. Definitely want to capitalize these, but I'm not gonna take the time to do all that for all of those. But we want to change all of these to $19.99. Let's say, just so it doesn't look too ridiculous on our site, if people are at the home page, let's just say this one's not, quote unquote, not on sale, right? And so some of these pictures we're definitely not going to use. We might zoom in and use that. We're definitely not going to use something like that. Just doesn't look that great coming from AliExpress, but we may use that. But you can also obviously just click all these. You can always take them out. So we want to look at all of these different categories for all of these products. Okay, let's make sure we get, let's make sure we get all of these pictures in, because we do not, the last thing we want to do is only have 2 pictures and then try to go back and find these pictures. That is no fun, I promise you. So we have collections, boom, we're all good to go, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do is we've checked all of these off. I think I checked this one, I did. Import to store, import to store, import to store. Now we just imported 3 separate products into Shopify, which didn't really take all that long, right? So we come over to products. We now have 3 products in our store. Awesome, right? So we go over to online store and we click open link in new tab. Now don't freak out. Oh no, what happened, right? Well, what happened was that and this is something you want to keep a lookout for when you come into themes, we have debut on. So this is the one we were customizing. All we need to do is publish that. Boom. Okay, now this theme is on, right? Okay, so now we go and look. We just refresh. And there they are. 3 products. You look at it, you actually see the product page with the description, which obviously we want to fix. And we got some problems with some images there. We obviously want to fix that later on. Looks like it's a problem with the having pictures in the description. But you can see here, we actually have the ability for somebody to come and buy something right now. Obviously our store's not live, so we don't have the full ability to be able to do that, but it's just the thought process of, within this time period, we have a decent looking store, and obviously we want to get this stuff figured out. So we will go and do that let's just go do that right now. Get that front part figured out. But as for Oberlo, guys, that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. We've already imported products. You can add products straight from Oberlo here using their suppliers they already have. That way, these products are going to be good products. You use their specific suppliers. You're going to get decent, really, really good shipping times as a whole. Pretty awesome there. and then we can use AliExpress as well. And so what you would essentially do with AliExpress, and so let's do that real quick before we go in to edit our theme a little bit further, is we're going to go to AliExpress and we're actually going to type in watch, you know, like that watch that we were looking at. Or actually, that's going to be a little harder to find. Egg diffuser. I spelled it wrong again. Well, you guys get the point. So there it is, right? That's the egg diffuser that we have in our store right now with actually all the same colors, right? So what we would actually do here is we would click that Google Chrome extension in the top right corner, okay, that we would have, you know, downloaded to our extension right here. It would be right up above here. If you guys know where extensions go in Google. If not, you can definitely look it up. It's pretty simple. And you'd click that Oberlo extension and we'd have a pop-up drop down right here, you know, and it would say, you know, it would have the title, it would have the variants, all that stuff. And we do the exact same thing that we did over here and edit the description, make sure all the products are actually, or sorry, all of the pictures are actually there because we want all of these pictures. We don't want to leave any behind. For example, what I mean by that, when I keep saying that, is we come over to our Shopify store and we don't have one of these pictures, we are going to have to come back to this specific link and take this picture and put it on our desktop and move from our desktop to our Shopify store. You just don't want to do that. So make sure when this little box pops up, you get all the pictures and you can always take them off on your Shopify store. So that's when we download this. It's going to go straight from, you're going to click import to store. There'll be a big button here that says import to store. You'll click that. It's very simple. And then it's going to simply go to here, which is your import list. I just kind of showed you the easier way to do it, which is doing it straight from Oberlo. When we're actually searching products with their suppliers. So when we're doing that through Oberlo with Oberlo supply, we will just click, you know, import to store or add to import list, sorry. And then your import list here will have these products. And if you use AliExpress, for instance, those products will be there as well. Now, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. Before we go back into actually doing that with the theme real quick, because I did skip that, I want to show you what I'm talking about when I say you want to make sure you get all the pictures. This is important because this is something that definitely gets to people and can be very, very frustrating over time. You can edit your description here. That's definitely where you want to do it, in Shopify, not in Oberlo. Make sure your description is good there and then change it once you get to Shopify. Optimize it to make sure it looks great, because this is the end all be all of what will be on your store. So like now you see this picture here. I don't want that one. I just delete it. It's a lot more simple than going back, getting it from the link, or going back to Oberlo supply and getting it. It's just no fun, right? So it's very easy to do it here. So this is going to be, at the end of the day, this is where we actually are going to be editing things, okay? And so this product page, you know, we click on view, we can look updated what we just did. You know, obviously we deleted those pictures, and if we deleted other things or edited things on our specific product page, that's where we can look some things. Oh, boom, Ryan, come on. So that's it for that one. Let's check out the theme real quick. I know I kind of skipped over this. So that's pretty much it when it comes to AliExpress and Oberlo actually getting products in your store. There's a ton of detail I can go into. I'm absolutely going to do that in another video, another time, about picking good suppliers, what products to pick, how to pick good products, all that kind of stuff. I will definitely be going over very, very soon in other videos. So, okay, so now that we've actually integrated Oberlo and AliExpress right into our Shopify store, what we're going to do is we're going to be doing a double check. Now, what that is essentially just making sure that everything looks great, all the collections, the pages, all the product pages look really, really good and optimized, so that when someone comes to our store, they will buy, and they will buy a lot. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is step 6, which is the double check. So let's jump back into the computer and get back into it. Have no fear if you're a little bit lost here. You will notice while following me that I do get distracted, and sometimes I will have to go back. So what happened was we actually were in Oberlo Supply learning how to get products and AliExpress and Oberlo and everything like that. And I actually noticed that the theme didn't look good and it really bothered me. And so we started to go into that. Obviously, we're going to do that right here in this video, which is the double check. So let's go in and fix that right now. So we just got these products, right? And so I'll show you where we are real quick just to, well, you guys know where we are. We have these 3 products, right? And so that's where what we're doing here is just going back into what we were just talking about. And actually we already put it on live. So we're just going to customize the theme because obviously this doesn't look the greatest, right? So what we have here is a bunch of featured collections. That's a little much for us. We're definitely not going to be doing a ton of like running traffic to like this home page. So we really don't even really need all this stuff. I'm going to leave this featured collection just so we can add something to this front. You definitely want to have pictures that you go and get or pictures you take or something like that. I'm simply just going to explore these free images for time's sake. Let's say we'll go to lifestyle. I'm literally just going to pick random stuff. Let's pick this one. Okay, and you know, we can do, say we wanted a slideshow of multiple pictures. We're gonna explore free images and we'll do another one as well. These are really random, but we're gonna do them. See, that looks terrible. Let's remove that. Let's go back. We'll do food. Let's see if we get something with high resolution. Oh, that looks terrible. All right, guys, you definitely got to make sure that your there we go, that your the size of the pictures definitely matches up. So we're just gonna go with 2, but you can obviously add a few different ones, and this is super random. Obviously that's kind of blurry too, so we definitely want to make sure that that looks good, but I'm not going to take the time to actually go through that right now. Oh, there we go. It just took a second. And so, okay, so that's our slideshow. Obviously, those aren't super related. You can obviously take off that third one there. Let's just say we don't want that one at all. Let's just remove it. You know, you always want to come and save that. So we actually saved it, and okay. Now, obviously, this is pretty random, but whatever. We're going to do a featured collection. Oh, no. You know, this is part of the double check. We don't have any collections. So we could have either clicked create a collection, or what we can do is actually come over here. We're going to open our Shopify dashboard in another tab, and we're going to go to products, collections, and we're actually going to, well, first off, homepage is not available. So that's something you definitely want to do, is make sure that your products and your collections are on your online store. So we actually activated that, but I want to show you how to create a collection. It's not very hard. Let's go in, let's call this one best sellers, and we're not going to do anything with that. We're just going to, it is available online, which is good. And let's say we want to manually add our products. No, we don't, because we want to do that here. So let's do that. Let's call, what do we got? We got a backpack. So let's see. I just want to add a product to my, okay, so what we'll do is we'll just save the collection. I don't deal too much with collections, guys, because on these, you know, I do on my niche stores, but as for general stores, you can typically just go with something like products, and you'll have to put like different selections, but it definitely helps, so you can look at that as well. Something we can do here, make it very simple, is we can actually just add this to bestsellers here. But we can't do that until we've created the collection. So we actually created the collection here, bestsellers, and we just added the backpack to bestsellers. So let's come back over to featured collection, and we can actually click bestsellers or homepage. The reason homepage wasn't there before is because it wasn't available on the online store. Now look, bestsellers, obviously we only have 1. But if we put the home page, we got all 3. Now, obviously, you would want 4 to make it look really, really solid on that front page. But boom, bada bam, there we go. We can look at it on how it looks on the iPhone. We would want a logo, obviously. But guys, it's pretty well put together. And I mean, this really hasn't taken much time. So that is pretty much it for that part. So let's check. So we're doing the double check. We're going to make sure that everything looks good just in the quick form of things. We have a search bar, we have a cart, products, the about us page works. Let's see, privacy policy looks good. And obviously we're going to go through all these. I'm not going to go through those right this minute, but we can definitely do that. You can physically put an email address in there, which is cool, and you can sign up for the email list. Let's see, the about us looks good. Well, it looks kind of good. good for what we're trying to do. Add to cart. Let's make sure this looks good. Checkout. Now we haven't activated our payment processors, which is just, I showed you guys how to do that. It's very, very simple. And then you would want to edit this in your checkout. You'd actually want to put the logo, and that's very simple to do right over here. All you would do is in logo, you would put the custom logo, and this would then be this page, which is fine with your custom logo, which is absolutely fine, looks great. Everything looks pretty awesome. So I think we're pretty good to go with the double check. So we are actually looking this live in how we look at it. It's not actually live for other people to see, but it looks decent, looks good enough, right? So that's good for a double check. That's it for this. And we are gonna go into the next step now. Okay, so now that we're done with our double check, what we're gonna be jumping into is our domain and email services. Now, to start off, domains are very simple. All you do is you go to a domain provider and you buy a domain. Now I'm actually going to be taking you through that process, how you can do it very simply in Shopify, as well as how you can do it through a service I love called Hover, which is hover.com. They also offer email services. Now you can obviously make a Gmail account for your store. That's the best way to get started. But if you did want to create an account, a .com, if you have a certain website, if you wanted to create an email that's support at your domain, I can show you how to do that as well. So let's jump in right now with step 7, which is domain and email services. Now that we have some products in our store, we've done our double check, our store looks pretty good. What we're gonna do is we're actually going to add some legitimacy and some credibility with a custom domain and email services. Now I'm gonna show you 2 ways to do it, but let's just get into it. Okay, so right here, domains. So right now, our domain is bargainfields.myshopify.com. Now, obviously, the credibility there is not quite as strong. So what we're going to do is click Buy a New Domain. Now, I somewhat cheated before this because I looked it up to make sure that this name existed. That's something I definitely recommend. Make your Shopify store, but when you go into buying a custom domain and doing your logo and what your store is 100% going to be, make sure the .com's available, because .com's are just the best. They're just the best, just trust me. So what we would do is actually just click here, buy. I'm not going to buy it because I'm not actually going to start this store, but when we click buy, right, all it's going to do is take you through the process, enter your credit card, and it's simply going to be the one you're going to click change primary domain after the fact, and it's going to be available here. You click it, and now we are the proud owner and operator of bargainfields.com, which is pretty awesome. So that's pretty much it for buying your domain straight from Shopify. It's definitely the easiest way to do it, and I definitely recommend doing that. However, if you're going to be using a custom email from the start, which would be, let's say, info@bargainfields.com or support or help@bargainfields.com, I would recommend going through Hover, which I have up here in a tab as well. And I'll put a link below. That's hover.com. I'll put a custom link. That way, if you want to click through there, you can, and I will get credit. Once again, I don't care. You go to hover.com. It doesn't matter to me. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to talk about email services first before we go over to Hover. Now, 2 things that are important are obviously your .com. You need to make this decision right here. Okay, am I going to start with a Gmail and buy a domain here to make it really simple? Or am I going to buy a custom domain, a .com, and email services and kind of transfer it over? It's not hard. It just depends on how you want to start. So if you have a limited budget or you just want to start out and see how it works, what I would recommend is making a Gmail or making an AOL or whatever it may be, Yahoo, I don't know what everyone uses these days, but that would be, bargainfieldshelp@gmail.com or help_bargainfields@yahoo.com or whatever you want to do, right? And then buy this domain, and that's it. Put it as your primary domain, that's it. But there is an alternative. I'm going to go over that really, really quick, just because I do love Hover. It's a great service. They're a small company. If you use GoDaddy and you use, HostGator, you're going to have some issues, and the support's not quite there, at least in my opinion, from what I've seen in the past. These smaller companies are great. They're always, if I have a problem, they call me, they email me, and they're a great service. So what you would actually do here is you would do the same thing we just did. Find a domain, and I would definitely recommend, if you're going to get a custom domain, or if you're going to do a custom email, it's like info@bargainfields.com or something like that. For ease of things, buy the domain here and then connect it through Shopify, which is very easy to do. So all you would need to do is you'd buy the domain first. So go in here, you go to, sorry, I'm a little impatient. Proceed to cart, and I don't know if it's going to ask me. Let's see what it does Show email. Awesome. So what we're going to do is we'll actually buy a small email box. Very cheap, $20 a year. Obviously, you got to pay for it. So like the Gmails and the Yahoos and the AOLs to start, it's free. Absolutely do that if you don't know if this is going to be something you do long term or whatever. But if you do want to buy one, you know, a small mailbox, $20 a year is nothing. Buy one. Actually go through and you do this, okay? It's actually going to take you to, you're going to come over here and you're going to do, go back to you buy the domain service and the email service. You'll go over to your domains. You'll go to your account over here. It'll be here. You click on your domains and you'll have the ability to change your email to make it info or support or whatever at bargainfields.com. And then all you're going to do is connect a existing domain, and you're going to type in, and then you're going to come over here and you're going to connect the existing domain. And you're actually going to click this and just type in bargainfields.com, click next, and it'll take you through the whole process. It's very, very simple. So that's it, guys, for this specific step where we connect our custom domain and talk about email services. It just makes us look more legitimate. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this step.
All right, so now that we've actually got our custom domain on our site, it's all ready to go, and we even have our customer support email set up, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna jump into installing our pixel, our Facebook pixel, into our Shopify store, and also taking our store live. So that's step 8, which is installing our Facebook pixel into our Shopify store and taking our store live.
We have our domain, our email, our store looks good, our backend's all set up, our front end looks good. We are gonna move into actually putting our Facebook pixel on our store, as well as taking our store physically live. Pretty exciting. So what we're going to start with here is I'm going to show you how we do the Facebook pixel installation. It's very simple. You go to online storage, drops down, preferences, and you can see right there, Facebook pixel ID, right? And all you do is you paste your pixel ID in there. Well, I already went through the Liberty in a separate tab. I have my specific ad account I'm using for this up, and I have a pixel ID there. So what you're going to do is copy that pixel ID and simply put it in there. And then you save it. That's pretty much it. Now, if you wanted to go through and actually set it up through here, that's definitely something you can do. It'll probably make you feel a little bit better. You go through Shopify and you actually click continue, and they just basically say everything I just said there, and you just copy this and you continue, and it says verify your pixel is installed correctly. So you want to come back and do this anyway. Ends in 238, ends in 238. Yeah, so it's the same one. Take the period out, and it's already saved because we had it in there before. So I think they do. Yeah, you want to definitely download Pixel Helper because it's pretty incredible. What it is a Google Chrome extension that's going right next to your Oberlo extension, and it actually tells you if there's anything wrong. When you click on it, it tells you if there's anything wrong with your Pixel and to assure that it's working properly. So I'm actually going to delete that because I don't want one of my active pixels linking to this store because I'm not actually going to run this store. So that's all you do. You paste it in there. That's it. Pretty simple. You would save it. End of the day, you're done, right? So you have your Facebook pixel there now. Even though mine's not there, yours would be there. So what we're going to do is actually go back to the online store. You saw there we could do that, but we're going to click that, which is, sorry, let me go back and explain that. So it says online store is password protected. This is not live to anybody, just us. Only we can see it. We can say disable password. So it's password protected. So you'd make the title homepage, which is just how it's going to look. So so let's say Bargain Fields store, or you could put, dash online store, or you can just put Bargain Fields or whatever you want to do. That's really up to you. But here, like the best gifts and items in the world, right? And you would put a better description there. That's so when you look on Google, this is the title that people are going to see if they were to type this in once we start to get ranked. And this is the description below that title they'll see when they look it up on Google, essentially. And so what we would need to do is actually pick a plan to disable this password page. And all that means, and we're just going to leave this, but you obviously want to save. What that means is you need to pick a plan. Sorry, I was reading this down here. You need to pick a plan so that when your trial's actually done, they will actually charge you, after 14 days. So this says July 22nd is the day that they will start to charge us. So we could even pick this plan, which is just the $29 a month plan. And if we don't, want to keep going until July 22nd, we can always cancel the store, and we will never have to pay this. But we need to pick one so that they have that auto charge on. They don't want you freelancing all the way through and just not having anything set up at all. So that way, if we pick a plan, we would just go and actually disable that password page. We would be able to do this so that our store would be 100% completely live. So that's pretty much it, literally from the beginning to the end of how to set up your Shopify store. So that's it for this specific step here.
All right, so now that we've gone through installing the pixel and actually taking our store 100% live, we're gonna jump into step 9, which is doing a test order and doing a triple check to make sure that everything looks awesome and works great. So let's jump back in the computer for step 9, which is triple checking and making sure that we're all good for a live order.
So now that we have pretty much everything set, we're gonna be going through a test order as well as a triple check. Now we're actually gonna do the triple check first, just because I want to make sure everything looks good. So what I did is I clicked this eye, which is going to show us our store. And one more time, we're just going to check real quickly that everything is set up here. Privacy policy looks good. Now, obviously, you want to look at some of this stuff, because if you don't want your address there, you want a PO box or whatever, you want to change that. Look at some of this too. You definitely want to change that email to your specific store email, and make sure everything is looking good though. Let's do, all right, make sure everything's looking, all right, make sure everything is looking good though. Let's click, everything is looking pretty awesome here. Add to cart pops down. Okay, looks pretty good. Let's make sure everything looks good on mobile as well, just real quick. Actually click customize. We are live. Make sure you look at that as well. Make sure that specific specific theme you wanted is live. That's something a lot of people seem to miss sometimes. Looks pretty good to me. All these links look good. So that's our triple check real quick. Just want to kind of go over that. That looks good. We're looking good. So let's place let's see if we can do a live order. I don't know what's going to happen here. Let's take a gander. I don't believe I'm going to be able to, because I do not have. So this is going to be unclicked. What you're going to do is click use test mode. And you're going to click save. And then I actually didn't sign up for a plan yet. You can see it says select plan, but it won't say that. You'll have a plan, where you do $29 a month, and you'll be able to do this. We're not going to be able to do it. I know we're not, because we're not active, right? The store is not active technically, even though I showed you how to do it. And so all we would need to do, right, is this is going to be live. Let's just going to look exactly like this. This is exactly what you are going to do to place a test order. We already added that to cart. So let's just take that off so we can get the whole process. Click add to cart. Whoops. We go to checkout, and this is going to be, instead of here, it's going to come up to the checkout, right? And it's going to be in test mode. And Shopify is actually going to give us a specific card to put in that they use with Stripe to be able to do these test orders. And so we put that in. It's actually going to, we put that order through, it'll come through, we'll go look in here, and it'll say John Smith or Ryan Melnick or whatever we put through with that one order we had, okay? And the place you really want to check it out, it's going to say it in there, but there's really nothing you can do with it. Where you actually are going to do something with, and this is where we're missing a few things, and I'm just doing, this is kind of a how-to video, but when you have that Oberlo extension, this is why it's so crucial to have that extension as well as the app. You can actually go into Oberlo here and see where everything's connected. Boom, orders, it'll say Ryan Melnick or John Smith, whatever your test order will say. Let's say it's Ryan Melnick. Say Ryan Melnick bought 1 egg diffuser, and you'll click, boom, order product. And that's gonna open up a new page with AliExpress, and it's gonna start to it as there's an automatic script set up, which is going to automatically, in AliExpress, place an order for us. It automatically types everything in. You don't have to do any of that. It does it for you, and you just have to click buy. And it does that whole thing for you. It'll say Ryan Melnick. It'll put my address, my name, everything. You don't have to do it. You just have to click the order button. Let go of the mouse. It'll open up that AliExpress page. And when it opens up that AliExpress page, you simply let it go and you click buy. And it actually updates here and it'll say it's fulfilled and it'll give you the AliExpress order number. You'll be able to look that up, and that is it. You have a test order done. And that's pretty much it. You have the ability, as long as that goes smoothly, you have the ability to actually have people come and order on your store live. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's 0 to literally 100, how to set up your store very simply. I'm going to be doing a ton of more videos, even more content. Definitely comment below if you have anything that we want to talk about specifically, or any questions that you have. But that's it for this step.
Okay, so now that we've actually done our triple check and placed a test order on our store, we're all ready to go. All we need is people coming to actually buy on the front end of our store. We need to learn a traffic source. That is step 10. However, we don't have enough time in today's video to go over that. So step 10 is to actually check out my next video. Now, if you are within the first 24 hours of me posting this, may not be there yet, but it's absolutely going to be there ASAP. So check it out. That's why you want to turn those notification bells on. Click that subscribe button. If you guys learned anything, drop a comment below. That's it for today's video, guys. I will see you later, you fire-spitting entrepreneurs, and I will see you soon in the next video.
My name's Johnny. My name's Johnny. My name's Johnny.